My former employer called me 47 times in one day after I left their company. I'm Marcus, and I spent 15 years as the sole IT administrator for Riverside Medical Group, a network of 8 clinics across 3 counties. I built everything from scratch: the servers, the patient database, the automated billing system that saved them millions in administrative costs. When I started, they had paper charts and a receptionist manually calling insurance companies. I created a system that processed everything automatically: patient check-ins, prescription routing, billing codes, insurance verifications. It ran like clockwork. Dr. Brian Westbrook, the managing partner, called me into his office on a Tuesday morning. "Marcus, we've decided to outsource IT to a managed service provider. It's more cost-effective. Your last day is Friday." I sat there, stunned. 15 years of 60-hour weeks, midnight emergency calls, weekends spent updating systems while everyone else was home with their families. I asked about documentation and transition time. He waved his hand dismissively. "The new company has their own systems. We won't need your setups anymore. They're sending a team Monday to implement their platform." I tried explaining that migrating 15 years of custom-built infrastructure wasn't simple. He cut me off. "Marcus, this isn't a negotiation. We're paying them $4,000 monthly. Your salary is $7,500. The math is simple." Here's what Dr. Westbrook didn't understand. I didn't just build their systems. I was their systems. Every password, every backup protocol, every server configuration, every custom script that kept their 8 clinics running existed in my head or my personal encrypted notes. There was no documentation because they never gave me time to create it. Too busy putting out fires and handling their emergency calls at 2 a.m. when a server crashed. I'd asked for help dozens of times over the years. Permission to hire an assistant, time to write proper documentation, budget for redundancy systems. Always the same answer: "We'll discuss it next quarter." Friday came. I packed my personal items into a box: my coffee mug, the photo of my kids, the stress ball shaped like a computer mouse that the staff gave me one Christmas. I said goodbye to the receptionists and nurses who'd become friends over 15 years. Dr. Westbrook didn't even come out of his office. I drove home, kissed my wife, and slept past 6 a.m. for the first time in years. No emergency alerts, no panic calls, just silence. Monday morning, their managed service provider arrived with their standardized platform. Apparently, they couldn't access the existing patient database. The login credentials I'd used were tied to systems they'd never seen before. Tuesday, I was grocery shopping when I noticed 3 missed calls. I ignored them. Wednesday morning, I took my kids to the park. My phone buzzed constantly. The clinic's phone system had gone down. Without access to the server room and the specific configuration I'd built, the new IT company couldn't restore it. Patients couldn't schedule appointments. Doctors couldn't receive calls. Wednesday afternoon, they couldn't process insurance claims. The automated billing system I'd spent 3 years perfecting was locked behind authentication protocols the new company didn't understand. No claims meant no revenue. Dr. Westbrook's first personal call came Wednesday at 4 p.m. "Marcus, hey, we need some quick passwords. Professional courtesy, right? Just the admin credentials and we'll be all set." I was at the beach with my kids watching them build sandcastles. "I'm retired now, Dr. Westbrook. You'll need to contact your new IT provider. That's what you're paying them for. But Marcus, we just need..." I hung up. Thursday morning started with 6 calls before 9 a.m., then 6 more by noon. The voicemails went from polite requests to barely concealed panic. "Marcus, please call back. This is urgent. We have patients who need care." Thursday afternoon brought 18 more calls. Staff members I'd worked with for years, begging me to help. I felt bad for them, but they weren't the ones who fired me. By Friday morning, the clinics had been essentially non-operational for 5 days. Thousands of patients affected. Revenue losses mounting into 6 figures. Dr. Westbrook left a voicemail offering me consultant rates at $300 per hour to come back and fix everything. I finally answered Friday afternoon. "Dr. Westbrook, I'd love to help. Really, I would, but I'm going to need that consultant rate, plus back pay for every single unpaid overtime hour I worked over the last 5 years. Silence on the other end. My lawyer and I calculated it. Roughly 20 hours of unpaid overtime per week for 260 weeks. That's about $180,000 in back wages you owe me. More silence. Plus the $300 hourly rate for however long it takes to document and transfer everything properly. Should be about 200 hours of work. That's another $60,000. He finally spoke, his voice barely a whisper. "That's $250,000. I watched my kids playing in the waves. Funny how the math works out differently now, isn't it?"